Texas Toast Podcast is brought to you commercial-free thanks to TSC Entertainment.
They call him the Ride.
Go ahead, put it on real tight. Hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. Here around the chutes, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast, a production of TSC Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas.
Hey everyone, welcome to Texas on Tap with Miss Helen along with producer Kyle, and we're going into 4th of July. Can you believe we are just deep in the middle of summer already?
I seriously cannot. It's crazy. Every single day when I wake up, it's just like, how in the world has this gone by so quickly?
I know, it's just zooming. Like before we know it, it'll be fall county fair season.
Yep.
But right now I am enjoying the sunshine, the breeze, even dealing with the mosquitoes, but it's better than when we had the freeze in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny you say mosquitoes. Since I've lived in Houston and been away from the hill country for a couple of years, I forgot that chiggers were a thing.
Oh gosh.
And I was at a wedding last weekend, and all of us came home thinking we had bed bugs. And then one day it was like, oh, that's what happened. No wonder we're all dying of itchiness this week.
Well, yeah. I remember one time some kind of photo session I did. I was like into high school, going into college, and this photographer's like, we're going to go out and do these wildflower pictures or blah, 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 whatever it was. Don't even ask me why I was doing it, but I got chiggers from doing that photo shoot.
Oh.
Never forget that. They are not nice. Itchy, itchy.
Oh, man. Yep, it was a eye-opening reminder of the downfalls of Texas, and there's not many, so that's why we do this podcast, right? To uplift Texas in all of its glory.
Well, it's so funny that we're talking about little critters because I came up from yoga and I was catching the news and grabbing a light lunch, and there's something called a hammerhead worm that's in the Houston area right now. And be careful, don't touch it because it'll like kind of give you a skin irritation, but its head looks like a hammerhead shark and it's kind of long and it's unusual. Anyway, so much for that. It kind of fascinated me because I've caught hammerhead sharks before, not intentionally, but they just happen to get on your line.
Right.
And I had no idea there was a hammerhead worm. So there we have it.
Wow. I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah, that's kind of scary.
Okay, so much for Science 101.
Definitely can't mow the yard now. I was complaining about it being too hot. Now I gotta stay inside for all that.
I don't know if you'll even run across it, but you might. You're right there in the area. Okay, so let's talk about some music now. It's always so much fun visiting with you, Kyle. I'm really excited about the picks I have for this week, and it's things to look out, like kind of my poppin' and toppin'. And these are the songs right now just released. Okay, I want to talk about Brenden Kyle. His single that has just been released, and it's getting lots of ads and lots of attention. It's called Raised Up Around Here. I absolutely love the song. I played it over and over. And he has another song called Texas Weather. So I'm not real familiar with Brenden Kyle, but I am really loving both of those songs. I love his voice. He looks like such a sweet guy, and he's got it going on.
Right on. Yeah, I checked out Raised Up Around Here. I'm going to have to check out Texas Weather, but yeah, I do really enjoy his sound. I think he's got a lot of cool stuff in the future.
And I don't know if you're ever around people, like all of us are kind of like this. We just kind of tell it like it is, especially if you're a true friend. And I have true friends that'll just tell me like it is. Mark Powell has a new single called You Look Like I Could Use a Drink. You look like I could.
I laughed when you sent me that.
Yeah, and it's like it possibly could be his 5th number one because Mark's been around for a while. He's had a lot of different songs, but I really like this with the attitude and how he just kind of tells it like it is in there, and a great sound and great harmony. And then another one that's popping and something to look for is Creed Fisher has a new single called People Like Me. And you may remember he had a signature, I call it like a signature song back from 2016, Rednecks Like Us. That was a huge hit for him. But you want to hear about the name of his album that this single is from?
That's what I wrote down. I was going to say it if you weren't.
Before it all went to #T, Volume 1, which means he'll have another one that's entitled that.
So it was how country music sounded before it all went to
shit.
Right, exactly.
I said shh. it.
Yeah. But so is it all covers or is it original songs that he's writing?
No, he's
Do you know?
original. He's all
Okay.
original. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
didn't know if he was like, just doing his own rendition of old country songs or
Mm-mm.
but yeah, no, I love that song. It was awesome. That was definitely my favorite pick that you sent over
Yeah,
this
he
week.
has a huge library of music and has a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, okay, I know what you got, which by the way, I beat you to the song email this week. And then dumb me, like it was like I was waiting for us. I was counting down for us to get on and do this. And I happened to look at my email and found your 3, which by the way, since we ran a little late, worked out good, but they're all awesome. So I'll let you take it.
Yeah, so this week the last few weeks actually, I've been trying to kind of dig deep in my chart and find some new artists to, introduce myself to some new people. And obviously that's our goal, to kind of spread the word of new upcoming artists. But this week I kind of picked some bangers, some heavy hitters from people we all know. Well, 2 of them. Another one's a new guy to me, and I'm excited to talk about him. So I'll start with Jason Eady. He's got a song, Back to Normal. And it is one of the 2 singles that are currently out on his upcoming record, which is going to be called To the Passage of Time. And that'll come out August 27th. So we've got quite a while till that comes out. I'm sure there'll be another single or so.
And I love the pureness of that song.
Me too.
In particular. It kind of reminds me of sometimes when you just show up at Lukenbach and sit on the picnic tables and there's like an acoustic show going on. I love acoustic shows. There's just something that's so pure about those. And I know there's a little mix going in on this, but it's a very pure sounding.
Yeah, no, that's totally why I picked this one. So there was a handful, probably 4 or 5 that I listened to, and this is the one that I chose simply for that reason. It's got that roots Americana sound, and the thing that just really resonated me with was the female harmonies in the chorus, and it just gives it that like perfectly like ominous sound, and it's just like, it's perfect for the name of the song. It's Back to Normal, but it's all about when things get back to normal, and it just makes it feel so not normal, and I really love that song.
Yes.
And then so the next one I'm going to jump to is Cody Johnson's newest single. He actually released 2, but this is the one that's hitting it a little harder. It's called Till You Can't.
Oh man, that's I mean, I kind of had the tears going on and then my heart started swelling up, and it's like, that's my theme song. It's beautiful.
Yeah, following that duet with Willie that we talked about a couple weeks ago. And so this was the highest debuted at number 2. And I really like how he's going to be putting out double singles for like, I think the next 2 months, pretty much every song on this record that's coming out. To me, it's cool because it's almost like I get to experience back in the day, like, Hank Sr., how they would have to put out the double singles, right? Like the little LP, or yeah, I guess that's not an LP, but yeah, double single. So it's a cool way for me as a listener in today's day and age to ingest music.
Yeah, that's interesting. It reminds me of in radio when we would have something called a double shot. Like you'd play okay, let's say we're talking about Cody Johnson, you'd play Cody Johnson back to back, and he'd throw a big foo-foo liner in between that says double shot. Anyway, that's some old school stuff right there. So go ahead.
No, but yeah, it's just really cool how he's doing that. I just to see when these people that are already really established do interesting things. It shows that they're still trying to think outside the box, and that's pretty encouraging for me as a songwriter. And then so my last one is the one I was looking forward to talking about the most this week. Colby Cooper has been one of my favorites for probably 2 years now. And, he's a goober, and he's got his own thing going on. And his last song that's been charting on Spotify for a long time is not my favorite song of his. So I chose not to talk about that one. This song is also not my favorite, but it's a great Colby Cooper song. So pretty much all of the music he's ever put out, I have been obsessed with, including this one. And, it's just another great song. I guess hopefully he's got a new record coming out. I'm not sure, but it's called Excuses. And he recently announced that he signed with a big label in Nashville. So I guess the thing about this song that's interesting to me is, I keep up with Colby, and I know about his home life. I know he's, seems to be happily married. He's got some kids, and he's a young guy. And a lot of these songs he writes about are like breakup songs and, like depressing, sad stuff. And they all sound happy. So it's just, I don't know, it's almost more entertaining for me listening to these depressing songs from people that I know aren't like a super depressed person. I don't know why. It just kind of piques my interest. But yeah, so I mean that's it for me this week. Like I said, three bigger ones. Next week I'll dive back down the chart a little bit and find some new people for you.
Okay, well, let's look at the charts for this week. And of course, looking at the ones that are trending as far as really gaining momentum and really gaining spin increases. Mickey and the Motor Cars with Rodeo Girl. We had talked about that song weeks ago. Jake Bush, his latest, If You Ever Get Lonely. Ken Fo, they're still picking up spins and momentum, and they are almost hitting the top 10.
And then nominated for every single award ever.
Yeah, I've got the list right here. We're going to go over that. And so they're doing good. But looking at Texas Country Music Chart.com, last week was number 2. They just keep swapping out, but number 1 this week is Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen with Hold My Beer. Aaron Watson's Boots has picked up so much momentum. It's up from number 4 to number 2 on this chart. Casey Donahue was number 1 last week. He's number 3 this week, Queen for a Night. And then Clay Hollis is at number 4. Mike Ryan with Can Down at number 5. And John Stork, he's at number 7 on this chart. Ken Fo's at 13. Teague Brothers are at 15. I'm so proud of our guys. They're doing so good. Yep. Looking at CD Extraction Texas, same number 1 this week as last week, Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen. Aaron Watson moved up from number 4 to number 2 with Boots. Curtis Grimes held number 3 with Friends. Mike Ryan was at number 5, number 4 this week with Can Down. And of course, Casey Donahue coming down to number 5 after being at number 1 and going to number 2 and back to number 1 with Queen for a Night. John Stork's at 8 on this one. Ken Fo's at 12. I just want to mention those because they're some of my little pets. Texas Regional Radio Report this week. Once again, Hold My Beer went from number 2 to number 1. Can Down, Mike Ryan is at number 2. Anybody Loving You Lately, Clay Hollis is at number 3. Stuck With You, Brody Lane is number 4, and Aaron Watson with Boots is rounding out the top 5 with that. So lots of good, interesting stuff.
Rock and roll. We had someone reach out to share some music this week, and I wanted to give her a shout out. Her name's Jenn Ford, Jenn Ford, and she's got a new song out called Hot Mess Express.
Oh, that sounds like me. Did she write a song about me? I swear I have got to go hear that song.
Yeah, she's an avid listener of the show, and so this is the outcome of listening to us.
Whoa,
for 2 months.
wait! I've got to look that up.
No, I made that up. I have no idea if she listens to the show or not, but she did reach out and ask us to give her a shout out, so that's what I'm doing.
No, seriously, she has a song named Hot Mess Express.
Hot Mess Express, yep, and it's Jenn Ford. If you want to look her up on Instagram, it's JENNFORD. Music.
Oh, if I had my phone right now, I'd be looking up that song, but I have it on charge. It was about to die. But
all good.
I love
Hopefully
it.
Everybody else will look her up too. Yeah, and so I guess some business. Well, we could talk about the interviews we got coming up. We got a pretty outstanding month ahead of us.
Yes, and I have actually did an old lady list for the refrigerator.
There you go. Yeah, because we're getting pretty booked up.
I'm excited.
It's exciting.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've got 2 guys that are consistent heavy hitters right now on all the Texas charts coming up. We've got an OG Houston country singer and songwriter coming up,
which I think that's the one in particular talking about. That's going to be interesting because it's going to be like a reunion with him, because I haven't seen him in years, and he actually used to come to Matagorda to fish. He did his radio tour with me. He has friends here. We all made friends when he came through for his radio tour, so he's just like one of us, and I have a lot. He's like a second son. I can't wait to catch up with him. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
That's going to be crazy. Yep. And then obviously next week we've got Carson Jeffrey coming out. So that one was
Man,
really well.
He's an amazing talent. His voice, I would say go ahead and get prepped for the interview. Go listen to his music right now if you haven't already.
Absolutely. And then there's one more that's kind of a curveball, and I'm really, really excited for this one. I'm not going to tell you who she is, but if any of you listening are fans of the Joe Rogan show, you will definitely know who this guest is. So just
yeah, that's exciting.
Your eyes peeled for that one. Yeah, it's going to be very cool. I don't want to give it away just yet, though.
Okay, now I have something we're going to cover now. The final nominations are out for the Texas Country Music Association Awards. Drum roll. Entertainer of the Year, Chad Cook Band, who I am absolutely in love with, Aaron Watson, Randall King, Kylie Fry, and Ken Fo.
There we go.
Female Artist of the Year, she's been on the show, Brie Bagwell, also Ariel Hutchins, Morgan Ashley, Kylie Fry, and Holly Tucker. Male Artist of the Year, Darren Morris. Will Carter, I've known him for a while, so happy for him. Aaron Watson, David Adam Burns, and Scotty Alexander. Country Band of the Year, Mickey and the Motor Cars, Ken Fo. The Wilder Blue, another one of our faves, Mike and the Moon Pies, and Chad Cook Band. Okay, so we also have some Rude/alternative artists in Band of the Year: Teague Brothers, Creed Fisher, Flatland Cavalry, Jamie Lynn Wilson, and Shaker Hymns. Now, something else I want to mention as well is Rico from Kin Fo has been nominated as Fiddler of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have a whole nother separate sheet. I thought we would just cover a little bit in bits and pieces. And so the awards will actually be November 1st at Billy Bob's Texas in Fort Worth. And for all the information, you can log on to texascountrymusic.org, and voting is from July 1st to August 15th.
Are we going to go?
Well, you know what? I'm thinking that we could just go crash it and get we can get media credentials and do the red carpet thing, and they would probably have no idea what to do with us, but I think we should. I think we should.
I like it.
I've always wanted to do that. I actually recorded the awards from last year, and I still have it in my DVR. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always heard it's a great time. My buddy Shelton, who tour manages for John Stork, went last year, and they said it was just phenomenal.
Yeah, because John was on it last year.
I think he played.
Yeah, he did. Beforehand. He played. Yep. Yes, he did.
So very cool. The only other thing that I wanted to touch on is this educational series we've been talking about. Everything's kind of starting to come together, and this will start unfolding here over the next few months. But I just wanted to reiterate that if you guys are listening and interested in that, you know, we've talked about having a songwriter on to break that down, a radio promoter, a record producer, somebody who does PR, which is like, you know, promotion and advertising, a tour manager, booking agent. We've, you know, merch, sound guy.
Hey, I really want to talk to a tour manager.
Yeah.
We should get John's tour manager.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to have Shelton on. They call him the Lavender Stallion, and he is hilarious. You would be dying, like you wouldn't even be able to breathe. So
because I used to love to work with tour managers when I had to work the stages for fairs and festivals. I loved working with the tour managers. I learned a lot from them. I actually learned a lot of stage etiquette from tour managers when I was doing my previous career. Yes. Yeah. And then I would get hired out to MC at other different music festivals outside of my radio coverage, and it's like I really truly always leaned on the tour managers, and they taught me so much.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good idea. I mean, I hadn't really thought about it because he's my roommate, but I mean, he would have so much to say. Obviously it'd be easy to get him on too, but I could go grab him right now. But, you know, we even talked about potentially getting a bus driver on, because those guys, like,
yes,
they're like the linemen of the industry. Nobody realizes how much they're doing to get these people around. So anybody listening, like I said, if you have ideas for other roles that you admire and you want us to break it down and, you know, show you the ins and outs of how that works, or even specific people within these roles that you would like us to reach out to get on the show, please send those suggestions our way. Texas Toast Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. www.texastoastpodcast.com. You can reach us at texastoastpod@gmail.com. Instagram is the best way to do it. I'll reply to you in seconds. So
too cool. Well, of course, 4th of July is coming up. We're going into 4th of July weekend, and looks like it's gonna rain.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out, because like I had a nice relaxing week after a crazy month, and been trying to figure out what I'm gonna do this weekend. And it's like I would love to go get out in some water, you know, go to maybe drive to Austin and hang out at the Greenbelt or something. But yeah, I saw the rain, and it's kind of a bummer.
Especially here on the coast, we're supposed to get it. But I mean, well, how can I put this? Sometimes when you live in a coastal tourist town and it's a holiday like that, we're not so disappointed so much when it rains.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Yeah. Saying. And you've got the luxury.
Read between the lines.
Yeah. All right. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well,
that's it for this week. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. It was nice to see you, Miss Helen.
Yeah, everyone have a happy and safe 4th, and you as well, Kyle.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, you can go to hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home. Well, take away